my premise for this episode is that real violence doesn't look like, for the most part, right, what's taught in most martial arts schools, even in most self-defense classes. Okay. It certainly doesn't look like what we see in the movies or even in cage fights. I know that's a fight. I know how brutal that is. I get it. Right. But in none of those, well, the organized fights, the cage matches, and all that. Now, unless you're talking WWE and all that kind of stuff, right? We all like to see it because people grab a chair or whatever. But even in those, right, a knife doesn't come out, a gun doesn't come out, nothing like that, right? Nobody grabs a hammer off a table on the sideline and caves somebody's skull in, nothing like that, right? So I want to get a little bit down and dirty during this one. And so we're going to focus in on 4 hard truths, right, about real world violence that I have experienced, I have witnessed during my time as a federal law enforcement officer, doing security, private security, bodyguard work, those kind of things, having to write the reports on victims. And so we need to get a handle on these things as quickly as possible, right? And then I'm going to give you 3 tactics that we can use to escape from or end the violence as quickly as possible, okay? When we don't have time to run or think or do anything else, right? We didn't have time to see it come, so to speak, right? And all of these are both from direct experience and extrapolated from certain teachers coming up through the art. Okay. So hopefully at the end of this, or by the end of this, you'll walk away with more clarity, more confidence in what to do and what to make sure that we're keeping an eye on, right? And of course, having a better chance of walking away from a bad situation alive. I mean, that's the idea, right?